Hey, this is Toby.
And Sean, and we're back to do some more record reviews. So we hope you like this episode. We got a bunch of fun stuff today.
We've got a lot of good stuff today. We're going to be visiting Tokyo and Houston for the most part, and the bands we're going to talk about and the releases. But I have to mention before we do that I got a couple gigs this weekend. Friday, February 11th at the Lost Well, playing with John Motard, Jesus Christ Superfly, and Ex-Satanists. Make it out to that. We're going to be doing a bunch of old Motard songs. And Saturday, I'm playing the matinee. It's the record release for This Party Sucks. My current favorite local band to see, This Party Sucks. Here's their first single. And we're playing the release for their second single. I meant to do a whole show on this when the second one, when I get the second single at the release, I'll discuss both. But yeah, This Party Sucks. And us and the Cops from Houston, who I think they might have played here once for a long time. Have you heard the Cops?
That sounds really familiar. Have they been around for a while?
Yeah, a few years. They're awesome. They're great. I got to see them in Houston a couple of years ago.
Nice.
And I've been meaning to get a show for them for a while. It fell through on my birthday because I had to kick all the bands off the bill.
Oh, because of goddamn COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
So I'm playing 3 times this weekend. I played like once in the last 6 months. I'm playing 3 times this weekend, and the third time is a private party for a 16-year-old birthday party. So
yeah, you can't come.
That's awesome.
Because you're old.
The 90s are back if I'm playing a 16-year-old birthday party.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right. So, oh yeah. So, is there anything, you got anything coming up, Sean?
Yeah, my band Party Organ, we're playing a show at the Parlor on February 19th with Yep. And then a band that I cannot think of the name. It's someone's name. It's like Richard, but it's one of Stephanie Demopoulos' friends' bands from Houston.
Is it?
It's like a name.
Oh, it's like a guy's
like
name?
Michael or something. Yeah.
Michael Johnson?
Michael Johnson and the Johnsons. Or, yeah, something like that. I don't know what it is.
Dave Schminghofer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not Dave Bone.
It's not. Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it Waylon Jennings?
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is Waylon Jennings. How did I forget
right.
that? Fuck. So it's Party Organ and Yep and Waylon Jennings on
Oh, that sounds good.
Saturday the 19th at the Parlor. Come have some beer and pizza.
All right. Cool. So, there's some good stuff coming out. A lot of stuff got behind. We had a freeze here, and so things didn't show up, and the deliveries, and we were supposed to do a show last week, but the whole place was iced over. And we don't do shit in Texas when shit gets iced over.
We die.
Knows how to drive in the ice.
Yeah, yeah.
So, we're going to start off this week by talking about the new album from Boris. It's called W. It's been out since January 24th. It's Boris's 27th album.
Jesus.
We've got Wata and Takashi and Atsuo. And that picture's awesome. It's very glamorous. You're looking at a reflection. Anyway.
Are they the all original members, or have they gone through like a revolving lineup?
I think it's the same. These 3 have been in. They've had some auxiliary members back over the years, but I believe these same 3 folks have been in the band the whole time.
Nice.
So, they've got some cool pictures here. This is a ambient metal album. I dig it. It's a very it's a mood thing going on. It's you can tell they have really good equipment. It's because it's like that sound of like we're right about to start cranking the equipment up, and they eventually do, like on like song 4 or song 5.
Again, song 4, like good song.
The song "The Fallen,"
Rocker.
the song 4. It's got like some leads. It starts to sound like Paul Leary's leads on Graveyard, Butthole Surfers on Locust Abortion Technician. It's totally got that sound. My favorite, so, geez, that is song 4 or 5. That's song 5, The Fallen. My favorite song is song 3, Drowning by Numbers. It's like a AMSR anthem. It's like Wata whispering in your ear, you know. 5, 4, 3. It's a, yeah. You gotta turn up really loud to be able to whisper like that, you know. But yeah, I like that. That one has some cool bass on it, you know, and it's heavy. And
Can you do that song at karaoke? Next time we
yeah,
do it?
I'm gonna sing "Drowning by Numbers"
and whisper to my
by
ear.
Boris at karaoke.
So turned on.
If you notice, the AMSR videos are just turned into like softcore porn. If you look at enough YouTube to see that, like, there's so many of them. Like, it's like, now I'm gonna eat pickles.
Damn.
Yummy pickles. But it's not. It's like a goofy looking guy doing that. You'd be like, no, please stop.
Please.
But if it's a girl and a teddy, like, it's delicious pickles.
Yeah. And her teddy's green.
Yeah, it's like,
pimento
isn't quite what I signed up for. How did I get here? Yeah, yeah, this band's getting more and more popular all the time. Sean, you weren't really feeling this one, huh?
Not really. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but and maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it. But you're right. It's like really moody, and it puts you into a place. I don't know. I can understand how people would love something like this. So, but I love the art though. Yeah, it's really cool. And I think the art really translates to the music. Like, I don't know. Like,
the full package.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you see this and you like definitely judge a book by its cover when you're looking at this.
There's a good picture of Wata. Yeah.
Like, I definitely, when I saw this, I wasn't expecting Turbo Negro or anything, but yeah, it's real. It's
Isolina, I think, is a tribute to Bjork. I don't know, maybe. Like, of course, okay, so, you know, they're 23 albums deep, and they're named after a Melvin song. So, you know, I would have thought that they're, like, gonna be more along those lines. But, no. I mean, they're obviously way deeper and deeper into their own thing as they go along. And I like listening to this album. I work graveyard shift, so sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night to go to work and I have to start drinking a bunch of coffee, I like playing this one really loud, and it's very atmospheric and
kind of the predecessor to the music for the rest of the night. Like, you start off with the chorus and then it just kind of progresses, you know?
So, so speaking of bands from Tokyo, there was I was going to talk about a loss we had in the last week, and that's the drummer Hiroshima from G.I.S.M, or in Japanese, I think it's pronounced Gizumu. Actually, I think Boris is pronounced Borisu in Japanese. Borisu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And I think G.I.S.M, or as I used to call it, G.I.S.M, or is pronounced Gizamu. Anyway, this is a hugely influential album that came out in 1983. It's not a new release, but it has been put out by Relapse. Reissued this stuff last year, or especially this first G.I.S.M album from 1983 called Detestation. And I just bring it up. So he's not. Their drummer died. Randy Uchida, the main dude, the guitar player who rips it up so hard on this album, died in like 2001. But I read that Tohru Maro Hiroshima passed this last week, and so I wanted to give a shout out to G.I.S.M, because anyone who hadn't heard this, you're really missing out. I mean, what a classic. I mean, this is the first Japanese punk rock band I ever heard of, and arguably the most important. I mean, people might, Gauze is a hardcore band, but I mean, G.I.S.M encompasses so much in what they do and what they did on this record in 1983. It's like a psychedelic hardcore record, you know. I mean, that was like, you know, when the scary ass punks start taking acid, you know, things just get scary, you know. And I loved it. I think it's awesome. What do you think, Sean?
God damn, this record is just so seminal and amazing, and the fuzzed out like guitars and solos, and then they've also got like just the singer, like the brutality of his voice. He snorts at some point, you know. It's like the full package. And like I was telling Toby earlier, like I really feel like this is one of those records where, you know, my parents would have fucking hated this record when I was like, you know, coming up listening to punk when I was like 12 and 13 years old. But no, it's not something to, you know, dislike, and it's a weird way to put it, but it's fantastic. Like anyone should have this in their collection. It's such a fun time.
It's got such a dirty guitar tone that I was glad I had it on CD, because I would have kept trying to like dust my needle, you know. Like I heard people say that on the Motard's first record. It's like, I kept trying to clean my needle. I thought my stereo was going to shit. It was your shitty record. Yeah, no, it's one of those like super fuzzed out guitar tones. Anyway, you might have heard of that. When, you know, I'd heard of these dudes, but then if you get the first Chain Drive single, their song Chilling Pleasures is a reworking of the song, oh jeez, what's it called? It's not called Chilling Pleasures. It's called Syphilitic Vaginas to, something. I can't read.
That's a Blowfly song.
Yeah, that sounds like a Blowfly title.
Yeah, and so does Dust My Needle.
Yeah, Dust My Needle. Yeah. It's got a sick ass riff. It's scary, psychedelic. It's got weird sound effects. It's got kick-ass metal guitar playing.
Your parents will hate it.
Yeah,
And they played their first show. You were telling me they played their first show in 1981. That's crazy.
1981, and then didn't play
Japan.
outside of Japan till like a reunion show, obviously in 2016 in the Netherlands.
How does that even happen? That's crazy.
Yeah, they never played the U.S. Okay, so now we're taking it from Tokyo, the city that brought you G.I.S.M and Teen Generate and Pink Lady, to Houston, the city that brought you Ghetto Boys and ZZ Top and Sugar Shack.
Sugar Shack, yeah.
Yeah. So here we are, Night of the Vampire. That's a cool looking cover, huh?
It's a great cover. It's so cool.
This is a 3-song EP. It came out. This is like new wave black metal, new wave flavored black metal. Is that how you would describe it?
Yeah. For me, it sounded. Okay, can I just tell you like what I think this band sounds like? They sound like Phantasmagoria by the Damned with lyrics by. I'm forgetting the name, but no, it's that same feeling. You know, it's eerie. The vocals are you know, really guttural, and I don't know. It's a really fun time. I've never heard anything quite like it, but I really feel like it's definitely scary, and the packaging really portrays a lot into what it sounds like as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. It sounds like, maybe I was just thinking because it's a 2-piece. But I mean, kind of like Dark Throne gone gothic, you know, the black metal era, Dark Throne gone a bit gothic with a keyboard on there. I know this shit. If this is a good live act, this would kill at numbers. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna go down the street, and I mean, I'd like to see this live. I mean.
Oh, Cannibal Corpse. That's who the singer sounds like sometimes. It's like, you know, he does. He sounds like Cannibal Corpse in a few of the songs.
I find more like black metal, like not as much Cookie Monster, but like I can't do black metal vocals as much, but like kind of up in the higher registers, you know, like.
Right, like Paul Stanley.
Yeah, do Paul Stanley.
God made rock and roll for you. Made rock and roll for you. Click. That was the end of the record player. Tape player.
So I was looking this up, and all the info, it said from Texas, Night of the Vampire. You know, I was like, okay, first, like, are they named after the Rocky Erickson classic? I don't know. I hope so. They don't sound anything like that, but yeah, that'd be a great title. And then I was like, well, that's kind of mysterious, from Texas. It's like saying I'm from France or something. So I looked it up. I ordered this, and it came from a place that I got to go now. The return address is a place called Kaboom Books in Houston that looks like a used bookstore that might have records too. So
that's their label?
No,
oh,
that's just where the return address was on the CD.
That's
so cool. I got to go check Kaboom Books out near downtown Houston in the Heights, because I'm all about used bookstores and used record stores, and it looks like that's what that is. So anyway, yeah, from downtown Houston, Night of the Vampire. You might want to check this out. I think it's doing real well. It's probably been, I think, got repressed already on cassette. It's got 3 songs. It's very short. They very black metal. They kind of sound like Sonic Wallpaper to me. Like, we like this. I can't even tell the difference. I mean, I can tell the difference between the 3 songs, but they're very similar. They've got a vibe. But it's a cool sound. It's a cool vibe. It's got some good lead guitar playing on it.
I think you nailed it with, like, this would be so fun at numbers, dude. This would be
yeah, right.
an awesome show.
Yeah.
I would kill to see this at numbers. With Cannibal Corpse.
And Drab Majesty and Cannibal Corpse. Yeah. Or with fucking Abbott and Drab Majesty. That's the bill I want to see.
Mm-hmm. And Striper.
And Striper. Remember Calling on You by Striper?
Calling on you now. Yeah. I love Striper back in the day.
You make my life complete.
You give me all I need. Calling on you. Calling on you.
That song sounds like Red Cross to me.
Calling on you. Calling. So we were all punks in, like, junior high in Germany, and we would go to this church group in the evenings, like on Wednesday nights. Not because, like, we were Christians, well, our parents were, but we weren't. We were skate punks, but we went there because all the chicks used to go also, you know? And we weren't allowed to listen to any of our, like, you know, Anthrax or Metallica or whatever we were listening to at the time. So the only metal we could listen to was Striper. So that's
really?
how I got into Striper. Yeah, I was a skate punk, I listened to thrash, and then throw Striper in there. I always got made fun of. So.
Well, I remember when I was in junior high in Houston that they would have these big Christian rock concerts at, like, the Astro Arena. And, like, I wouldn't know about them. Then I'd come to school, and, like, half the class had been there. You know? Like, when I went to Paul Revere Middle School. And it was like they had sold tickets, like, to see, like, Resurrection Band or whoever. Or what was the other one called? Res Band and... I'll think of it in a sec.
So that was a great way for you to realize, like, half your school was total fucking squares.
Well, even, like... The thing is, like, you know, they would sell the tickets to the parents in bulk through the church youth groups, you know? And then the church youth groups, like, come to this rock concert, all the girls from church are going to be there, and you know you went, you know?
Hell yeah.
I mean, my church, I went to Episcopal church, so we didn't go see Resurrection Band, you know? But, like, what was the other big one called? Pet? No. It'll come to me in a second.
All the Glory?
King's X grew out of that. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Those guys played in some of those bands. I'll think of the other one in just a second.
For Him?
Sometimes you meet kids and they knew, like, all this whole other alternate set of bands that, like, You know?
Yeah.
And then I'd see these commercials like later on in the 90s where like they had like a Christian version of every band, you know, like, and if you like REM, you should check out the Jesus Boys, you know.
The Jesus Boys.
They totally got that sound, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And if you like Stone Temple Pilots, you should check out, you know,
The Virgin Mary Rockers.
Messiah, you
Messiah,
know?
yeah.
And anyway, I don't mean to make fun of
If you
Christian
like
rock, but
G.G. Allen and the Jabbers, then you should
there's
really-
bands that are Christian, and then there's like the Christian rock circuit, you
Right,
know?
right.
And I just feel like...
It's a great place to meet chicks when you're junior high.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
I'm just hating because I didn't get in on all that money.
Yeah.
Anyway, so another band from the Houston area, we've got the Zeroheroes. Sent me their CD. I've known RJ in Dallas a long time. Dallas from Beaumont, and RJ from Santa Fe, Texas City. So I guess these guys play in Galveston. Mostly, I mean, I've played with them, and then I played with RJ's older bands, the Shut the Fuck Ups, and so, yeah, I'm old friends with these guys, and I was glad to get their CD, and it's awesome.
It's so good.
These guys, I can tell you that you might, let's see, I can compare it to the Nip Drivers, you know?
Yeah.
There's a Nip Drivers cover on here, and it's punk rock. It's got some leads on it. I feel like every city should have fucking 10 bands that sound like this.
God, I'd be
You
so
know?
fucking busy if that was the case. That'd be amazing. Tell me what town that is. These guys kick fucking ass.
Yeah, so this is a little older. It came out in 2017. I was so glad to see it. These guys are still playing around, but it's got sex, pot, rock and roll. Yeah, Clubhouse, Don't Stand So. Pastimes is the Nip Drivers cover, and Soccer Moms. I feel like there's another song on there. Is there a hidden track past Soccer Moms?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, Soccer Moms is the last one.
Anyway, they sent me 2 EPs. They're both great. The other one got stuck in my old CD player. I'll talk about some other time, but it's a little older. But it's also very good. It's got Edith Massey on the cover. So both EPs you can get on Bandcamp.
These guys remind me of Electric Frankenstein meets like Cherub, almost the Cherubs style vocals, and they're like a punker version of the Helicopters. I feel like, okay. Do you want to do your favorite song off this record at the same time?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Soccer Moms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Soccer Moms. We didn't know we were gonna say that. So Soccer Moms could be the like bonus track to Turbo Negro. Like really, it's that good. It's so good. It's kick ass and it's great vocals, lyrics.
Oh, wow, I'm so glad we like the same one. Good. Yeah, no, it's yeah, so this is good. Check out the Zeroheroes. I don't know how often they get outside Galveston, Houston, Gulf Coast area. But hopefully they come play in Austin.
Or they could play
soon.
at your house.
They could come play here.
Yeah,
that would
you're
be
set up and
that
ready.
would be nice. But yeah, maybe they'll come play in Austin at the Parlor with us sometime soon.
That'd be fantastic.
All
I would
right.
love to go to. I need a reason to go play in Galveston. I really miss that place. So
I haven't played Galveston since like 2001 at the Old Quarter
Wow.
with Richie Whites and God, it was another one. The Skatins, RJ's other band. We played the Skatins. Yeah,
That's a great
and
name.
Cruel and Unusual.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, I want to play on Pleasure Pier with Zeroheroes on the Iron Shark. Anyway, yeah, good stuff.
So I think that's all we've got for you today. Next. I know next week we'll be talking about this one that I just started rocking out to. I don't want to spoil you, but I've been rocking out to it. The new Saxon album called
dude,
Carpe
it's so good.
Diem. So anyway, we're gonna rock them out.
I mean, maybe it's good. I don't know. We'll tell you next week.
Yeah, I don't
You
want
hear that
to.
from me.
I don't want to spoil the episode too much. Maybe it sucks.
Is it good? Psych. Maybe it's not. really bad.
All right. I got a pick somewhere.
Oh, here's one.
You got one? Oh yeah. You saw one under the couch?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Thank you. And I just found this one. All right.
All right, thanks for watching, you guys.
All right. Don't back that up. All right. You ready?
Wait, yeah, you're not. Okay.